When you think about graphical prowess, what do you think when it comes to video game consoles? In particular, like maybe what do you think about the Xbox Series X, the PlayStation 5? Is one more graphically inclined than the other? I think that's a really good question. And Phil Spencer recently was talking about something in terms of how Xbox is absolutely just gorgeous when it comes to graphics, and even has a huge leg up over, just an incredible leg up over the PlayStation 5. Now, not everybody's going to be a fan of this news, obviously. You are going to have a ton of people who just sort of look at this and go, you know what? I do not understand how, Microsoft is able to pull this off and give us an affordable option as well. Like, to me, it's just pretty damn incredible, and I'm just so grateful that Microsoft were able to accomplish that and do what they needed to do, because it makes a ton of sense. But I do want to get into it. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this happens. And you know what? Listen, I think that a lot of people are going to give Microsoft props here. I know it's like kind of spitting in the wind, but I honestly do feel like Microsoft is going to get some major props, and they deserve it. Hey everybody, I'm Crap Gamer. This is Crap Gamer Reviews, back with another video. Thank you so much for checking it out. Please leave a like on the video. I'm looking to get 100 likes on each of the videos that I do. It would definitely mean a lot to me, and it would absolutely help out the channel. And you know what? I'm just excited for the future of video games and how everything's kind of working out. And Microsoft is doing some incredible things themselves right now. So yeah, when Phil Spencer is talking about this, I thought it was pretty incredible. A lot of people will point to stuff like God of War Ragnarok, or something like that, Horizon Forbidden West, or one of those type of games when you hear about graphical games that are kind of blowing minds. But Phil Spencer, who doesn't really seem the kind to really cuss, went out and was talking about some pretty incredible stuff. Now, speaking to VGC in an interview, this person was talking about the head of Flight Simulator, and he could tell by Phil Spencer's reaction that this project had potential, because none of the guys in the room were simmers, and they all felt something, meaning that they weren't fans of that, and they aren't exactly fans. Like me, I'm not a fan of it. I can look at it and go, wow, that's gorgeous, but am I going to go run and play it? No, I've seen people play it, and I think it looks great, but it's just not my thing. He said, when I first pitched this, the first demo I showed to Phil Spencer was Seattle in 3D. I flew over the Microsoft campus, literally the building. We were sitting talking, and he was like, why are you showing me a video of Seattle? And that's when I knew I got him. He said, then I said, this is real time. And he said, no effing way. And we knew we had something. None of the guys in that room were simmers, and they all felt something special. Flight Simulator was eventually released in 2020 to widespread critical acclaim, 94 Metacritic, 93 Metacritic, something like that. So it's done really well. Like the reaction to the initial pitch, he said he believed the success was partly due to the title's appeal as an Earth simulator rather than a flight simulator. He said, when we launched, we found that people liked or had some respect for airplanes, but they really liked the planet. That's the killer app. That's what brought in new people. This had been an exceptionally well-executed physics simulator with atmosphere and airlines. I don't think it would have gone anywhere near as far. Obviously, the 40th anniversary update was released very recently, bringing helicopters, gliders, and other aircraft into the game. The free update, which included with Game Pass, adds several historical aircraft, including the Wright Flyer, the Spirit of St. Louis, and the Hughes H-4 Hercules Spruce Goose. He also included a number of classic airports and planes that were featured in previous games, including 2006 Microsoft Flight Simulator X and Microsoft Flight Simulator 2004, A Century of Flight. Missions from classic games were also added as part of the update. The Flight Simulator is available in Series X and S with Xbox Game Pass as well. So yeah, that's pretty cool to sort of see that. That's one of those rare things that you go, oh, well, if you wanted something that was really only doable on current gen, and you know what, I think that's exactly what they did. And to be honest with you, even if you're not a fan, you have to kind of, I think, respect it. And I think that's the thing that honestly I do the most, is like I really respect that, you know, they're able to kind of accomplish the things that they have with something like that graphically. It shows what the console is capable of, and we continue to see more of these amazing things happen for Microsoft, right? Like, I know everybody wants to jump on the bandwagon for, you know, the PlayStation 5, because the PlayStation 5 has had some good games this year, well, at least a couple anyway, but Microsoft has been struggling with their games. You know, they haven't been able to get stuff out. I think that, you know, people haven't afforded them the same sort of free pass that they've given to everybody else based on the history. But, you know, again, I always say that, you know, it's a different Microsoft. People trying to compare it to a Microsoft that had, you know, 4 studios for the longest time, for many years, versus a team that has many studios, about to be 35, assuming the Activision deal goes through. It's crazy to think that people actually believe that things are going to be the same, or that they won't be able to make games. You might not like that type of game, but Pentiment, for example, almost a 90 Metacritic. You know, it's a very small game, but a game that was kind of a passion project, and, you know, and a lot of people like it. Now, well, I downloaded it, haven't had a chance to play it because I'm still finishing up God of War, and I'm also, you know, finishing up Sonic, and I'm into Modern Warfare 2, so there's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm definitely going to play it at some point. And I just think that it's kind of weird that people will cap for, you know, something like Stray, right, which has a worse Metacritic score than Pentiment, but all of a sudden Pentiment is like the worst thing ever, based on the graphics or whatever. But had that game released on PlayStation and gotten that high of score, they would be touting it from the rooftops. And that's where I find the humor from in all of this type of situation. You know what I mean? Look, the Xbox Series X is more powerful than the PlayStation 5. That's just a fact. Nobody can sit there and go, oh, you know what? That's a rumor. I mean, that's not a rumor at this point. It's 100% factual. Not only is it factual, but, you know, us as gamers have to kind of be a little bit more accepting of that. Because, you know, for one thing, I think that, you know, we're quick to kind of go, well, you know, it could be under the hood or blah, blah. No, this isn't a race car. These are, you know, pieces of hardware. And the fact of the matter is Microsoft takes a loss on their hardware. Sony does not. Therefore, you know, you're getting a much better deal for much better hardware from the PlayStation or from the Xbox. I'm not saying the PlayStation's bad. I actually like the PlayStation 5. I think it's a quality console. I just don't think that it's the console that the Xbox Series X is, you know, and I really do think that that's, you know, a lot of people should kind of understand where Microsoft was coming from with that. I mean, they don't want to be behind in the hardware space or the power space anymore, and they're not, and I don't think they ever will be again. They're going to make sure that that power talk, which is damn near zero right now. Isn't that funny? If PlayStation had more power, we would hear about it every day, right? But the fact that Microsoft has more power and games are performing so much better on Xbox right now, nobody's talking about it. Nobody's talking about it. And Microsoft has to make sure that nobody talks about that again, right? That's just what they have to do. With that being said, let me know what you guys think. Sound off, rate, comment, subscribe. I'm going to link this in the description below. You fine folks can check it out. Leave a like, subscribe if you haven't. Rack 'em up, fact 'em up, crap gamer 'em up, crap gamer out.